All right, so today I was just making a list of pros and cons of what I feel like we as a society in the States deal with. And just because growing up here and living here, there's a lot of things that we do great. And this list is just a little brief thing I wrote down on a sticky note earlier. But I just thought it was really cool, um, the things that we've been good at as a nation, and as a people. We've been really wealthy and prosperous. I feel like our governments and our society and our communities are pretty organized. And our media, like our social media, and we're advanced technologically. We're diverse. Communication is really easy. We can do this. We can do smartphones and commute across the world really easy, which is great. And we're pretty educated as a society. We have a decent public education system. College, a lot of people go to college, even though it's expensive and whatnot. But we're pretty well educated as a society. Some cons that I put down. These are the kind of things that just came to mind to me, just personally, is I feel like as a society we're pretty greedy. Um, Things cost a lot of money. Services are pretty high priced, which, relative from one person to another, maybe things aren't so high, or they are, or they're not. But I just get the impression that we're greedy as a society, that we're more leaning towards being selfish and prideful, than the opposite. Like we lack humility and gratitude. So that sort of a thing, as a society. I live near a big city, so I also feel like it might be more prevalent in the bigger cities. But that doesn't necessarily mean it's true overall. Just I get that impression about America when I think about us. Um, in the media that we take in, and the news, and just kind of what society's like. I feel like immorality, we don't have a standard ethical guideline. We're all kind of individualized, and whatever you think is good. And as a society and as working in unity, I don't necessarily think that that's so good. Um, and then we're very bureaucratic. And this one is actually the one that spawned me to go look up and do a lot of research on what bureaucracy actually is and what does it mean and all that stuff. Because I get this bad connotation about bureaucracy, and I don't even really know what bureaucracy was. The things that I think of with bureaucratic is big systems, really standardized, and everything's really slow and it doesn't work really well. Things are just clunky. Like I'll go to the hospital and there'll be tons of people that need service, and it's understandable. Like they're in pain or whatnot. And this is a great hospital that I go to, and it's in a big city, but it's like in this main place, one of the best hospitals in the state, it's still really slow and they don't have enough workers. And I even talked to a nurse when I was at one of them, a couple nurses, because I actually went to the ER there too. I asked the nurse what they would like better about their hospital, and they said we just need more people, so more nurses and doctors, and more equipment. They have good equipment, but just more of it, so they don't have to share as much stuff, so that they can get work done faster. So that's a good problem. But anyways, bureaucracy, I always kind of just thought of just kind of slow and efficient, big systems. And then I actually found out, yeah, bureaucracies are pretty much any organized institution that has a large number of individuals, and a large number of people working together, to solve problems and work, in unity. So there's a lot of bureaus like in the federal government or in probably local government and state government or whatever too. I think you could probably consider hospital bureaucracies. The military, I think, is considered bureaucracy. But the best examples are like federal bureaus or things like that. Just because bureau, they're bureaucracies. But anyways, and I even found out that, well, anyways, I don't want to get too in depth. But basically, I made this pros and cons list, and I think that my main thing that I look at is this issue right here. Um, just humility and gratitude. I just look at all the different classes, the different, like poverty levels, and rich and poor alike. If you go to poor, I just think of ghetto neighborhoods and kids with smartphones still, and kids getting taken care of, and parents that only single household parents, and just dysfunctional families. And when I think of rich kids, I think of rich white kids specifically. um, and how, I don't know, it's just rich, like with rich people, it's like they have all this stuff too, smartphones or nice cars, or their parents pay for them for everything, and they don't exactly know how we got where we got as a community, as a society together. And I feel like there's a lack of humility, a lack of gratitude. There's an abundance of selfishness and pride. And with these things, you can't exactly, as a group, be constructive. You can't grow. You can't um, do beneficial things for the whole, and even for themselves. For ourselves individually. And I have problems with these too. Um, and so, but these are just sort of some thoughts that I had, and I was thinking about just how we can tackle this issue better. And so, I've found these pictures on Google. I just typed in America, and they just kind of came up. So this is what Google thinks America is. They're kind of some cool pictures. I like them. But yeah, I just hope these thoughts kind of spawn some good thoughts for yourselves, and I just hope that I can come up with some good videos about how I think we could maybe tackle these issues, and how hopefully any comments or thoughts get some things churning in everyone else's minds as well. So because we have a great country, and I just hope that we keep on working together in unity and harmony, and strive for peace amongst ourselves, um, and strive for global peace as we try to work around the world and try to fight against terrorism, and try to keep order throughout the world and with our allies, as well as we try to with ourselves. So thanks for listening. If you like this content, please subscribe, and click the bell for the ringer, and you'll see more good content like this. So thanks.